Welcome back everyone, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'm back out on the farm again. As I'm walking with the cows on their return from being milked, I spot this guy taking refuge between two layers of the rooftop. This guy is safer now, as I do not want to cause any damage to the roof. Here we are, first shot of the day, 45 yards, and he's done. Here's that shot in the scope cam. As I'm moving about, I spot these guys at 45 yards, feeding. So I choose a target, and I take it, and he's done. Here is that shot in the scope cam. Just to the left of this pigeon with his butt facing me is another one. That was my intended target. Done. In this session, I collected a lot of the pigeon corpse, and I stockpiled them in the rear of the farm. Here we are again, prone, 40 yards. Another one, done. Here's that shot in the scope cam. Time to collect. After that initial shot, these guys circle back around and land again. So here I am again, prone. This first guy flies off. He sees me there. But this guy continues to stand, and I take him. Takes flight, but he goes down in the pen. Here is that shot in the scope cam. Here, you see the first guy fly off as he spots me laying prone. But this guy was a little nervous, but took a chance, and it costed him. He gets nailed and dropped. Let's see that shot again in slow motion. Watch as he pounds his face on the concrete and takes flight. But he goes down in the pen right there. There he is, done. As I'm walking about, I spot this rat corpse. I don't know anything about rats, but if any of you guys can share anything with me, please feel free to comment. Here we are, back in action. 35 yards, and he's done. Let's see that shot in the scope cam. This guy is just standing there, chilling, and I nail him. Here is that shot again in slow motion. I love these tracer pellets. Good shot. Time to collect. As I'm going to deposit this guy with my stockpile of pigeon corpse, I spot this turkey vulture. Pretty cool. Back to the action. I apologize for the fuzzy and dark view, but I spot this pigeon in the area where they're feeding, and I drop him 30 yards. Here is that shot in the scope cam. Here, you have a better view. Done. Time to collect. And here, you see my stockpile of pigeon corpse. Just added that one. Back to the action. 40 yards, prone, done. Here is that shot in the scope cam. Time to collect. I spot these guys at various distances, multiple targets, but I choose one at 50 yards, and I take it, and he's done. Here is that shot in the scope cam. After a short walk, I spot this guy at 48 yards, and he is also done. Let's see that shot in the scope cam. Shortly after that shot, these guys come in and land on the water trough. I choose one on the railing, and I take him, and he is done. Here is that shot in the scope cam. Time to collect. Here, I venture into the cow pens to collect several of the pigeons that I have downed. This guy only has 1 foot. He probably lost his foot due to some type of trauma or a virus called bumblefoot. It could also be an infection called pigeon pox. While I'm out gathering these guys up, the cows began to return, and I deposit these guys in my stockpile. This is the last shot of the day, 35 yards, and it's a really good shot. As I thread this shot right between the railing and nail this guy right in the back. Good solid shot. Here is that shot in the scope cam. This guy is just out roaming around, and he jumps on top of this small box, and I thread this pellet between the poles of the railing here. Nice shot. Here is that shot in slow motion. He's done. Time to collect. Time to add this guy to my pigeon corpse stockpile. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.